ability, though, towards him. And the thing that's really funny, though, is that, like, Akato says, like nearly your whole guard was killed, and 17 loyal soldiers to the Empire. Like, in conclusion, that the reasons for these massacres lay in supernatural happenings. So did he get demoted, or did he just get reassigned to, like, the worst position ever? Because typically what happens is, like, some organizations will try and put the most problematic people in the most, like, far away area, so that they don't become problematic anymore. I think some shows kind of show this too. I'm remembering one, but I can't remember if, like, I remember one that's like there's a far away, like, guard post kind of thing, but, like, I'm trying to remember, like, was the reason that the person was problematic or something else? I can't remember. But yeah, that's kind of weird, though. This guy has weird desires. And it just feels very, I don't know, it's very weird. I don't even want to read this anymore. Let's see here. I mean, you know what? Sure. We'll do part 3. Wait, are they all the same? Or are they just retold in different ways? Oh, maybe these are raunchy ones. Wait, I think these are Morrowind stories. I think these are Morrowind stories, because I remember something about Cloud Cleaver. Okay, cool. Alright, let's do it. The Naked Nord, retold by Rodnara Telra. Morrowind is a timeless country. I mean, have you seen Solstheim in the future? Its lava gutters and endless plains will not change their shapes, and will be added in the world books up to all eternity. Just like the confusing marshes of the bitter coast and the marvelous sublimity of the city of Vivek. The time of this story is therefore unimportant to know. The action takers are the one which the attention should befit on. The Nord Hilalmar Winesaught got famous about the limits of Morrowind as soon as he wrote down and published his experiences on the island of Vardenfell. His book is the only another version of these experiences, and does not lay to any claim to correctness or completeness. So this is a retelling of a story that was already written by somebody else? So it's like this person wrote a top-tier novel, let's say. I'm just trying to see. Oh, but it could be fiction. So this does not, like, claim to any correctness or completeness. So this one might not be as correct or as complete as that story. Okay, so it's not trying to point the finger like that one's fiction, this one's nonfiction, and then the story that it's trying to shame is like, no, that one's fiction, I'm nonfiction, right? So it's not trying to point the finger and say, I'm real, you're fake, kind of thing. I'm guessing that's what this means. Hilalmar Winesaught imagined Caldera as a dirty town. I almost thought he was going to say woman. I don't know why. Because I kind of thought Caldera could be a person's name. It can be. Change this to a K and it's a name I would use. As a dirty town, he always spirited this name to the dirty, stinking Khajiit. I don't think that's how you spell Khajiit. I think the J and the H have to be moved around. But again, correctness, right? Which must work in its dirty and stinking mines. Nevertheless, he was on his way there, but not to work there. Prince Nerevar shall shelter him. If this is the part of the quest that happens in Morrowind, I've seen people play more Oblivion, and I have seen is it more? Yeah, I think I've seen somebody play more Oblivion. So I kind of know the story a little bit, kind of thing. But like, Nerevar is the person you're supposed to be, if I'm remembering correctly. Or you're the current incarnation of him, kind of thing. Okay, so Hilalmar wanted to group in an expedition plan to an unknown and not mapped area of Molag Amur, which Ashlandic name was not able to pronounce without nodding the tongue. Molag Amur. I don't know what nodding the tongue means, but It was told that there were old ruins and even older burial chambers and even a much older Dunmer fortresses to loot out. Not a bad occupation for a true Nord who was proud? Or proud? I don't know. Of himself. Particularly better since Hilalmar wanted to finally use his new axe. His name was Cloud Cleaver, and Hilalmar found that this name really fit to it. It could cleave the clouds? His father had given him this axe. He had used it to kill the fright of the Hrothgar Moor after a spectacular fight with it. It did not disturb Hilalmar that this fright was nothing broad than an undead Nyx hound, which had happened to go astray to the bog. In front of his intellectual eye, the blood of this opponent seemed still to stick at the blade of this excellent weapon. Hilalmar loved Cloud Cleaver about everything. Finally, he was a Nord, and this was his axe. Oh, I thought it was going to be the whole thing like Melissa, where he married the axe. You don't know. You could marry an inanimate object in this series, maybe. I don't know. As he was on his way for several hours, it slowly, but for certain, pressed him to take a break. The rain was actually very frequent for this region. But on this day, the blazing sun played her chance mercilessly and burned swelteringly hot on the sky now. Just as Hilalmar had sit down on a stone, of course, to took a little break, one tall woman ran along the way. She was an Imperial or a Breton. Okay. Hilalmar was not able to agree on that exactly. Wait. Okay. So again, exactly. That she simply looked fantastic. Oh, he thought. Okay. That she simply looked fantastic as she saw the Nord standing there at the wayside and giving her a smile. She stopped and turned around. Son of Skyrim, she said, friendly. Do I go properly in the assumption that you are on the way to Caldera? Wait, where's the other quotation? So do I... Yeah, you started the quotation here, then you ended it. She said friendly. You didn't start a quotation here. So this is... So she said, Hilalmar found it fantastic that she had spoken to him. He was fascinated by her long red hair. Yes, that is true. That's what she said. All because you missed a quotation here. You missed a quotation here. And technically you missed another one. Because there should be one here too. Okay, yes, that is true. Okay. He answered with his most charming smile. You too? This is proper. This is proper. You start the quotation and the end it. He added just before it became consciously to him? What? Huh? He added just before it became consciously to him. You said the same word twice, but you added it to be, I think it's an adverb? You made it, you added a word, then you added an adverb after it. That's the same word. What? That this question was stupidly. Okay, are you just making them lees now? Because that doesn't make any sense. Just before it became conscious to him that this question was stupid. That makes more logical sense here. Instead of just adding consciously stupid. Like, what? Anyway, she had no other reason to take the way and asked Hurlalmar for his destination. However, the woman said nothing but extended her hand for greeting. She introduced herself as Sasia Karistania? Or Karistania? I don't know. Karistana. Karistiana. I don't know why I keep trying to put emphasis that there's an I here. It's so weird. Alright, I am just on my return from an important order and on the way to the Mage Guild in Caldera. That makes sense. Sometimes NPCs will refer to the Mages Guild as the Mage Guild, right? Or as the Guild of Mages. So this kind of fits. I can't remember if Morrowind had topics like that. I didn't play a Morrowind for too long. And from more Oblivion, I don't remember if the person ever talked to anybody. I know they were talking over everybody, but like, I don't know if they ever talked to an NPC that called it Mage Guild. Hurlalmar stood up immediately and faced her stiffly. I'm Hurlalmar Winesot. What a weird name. And want to participate in an expedition which starts in Caldera. And therefore, I am here. What? Did you misspell the name? Didn't you spell it correctly before? You spelled it right before. How did you get it wrong? Twice! You got it wrong twice! How? You had the... I don't even... Maybe this is not the right spelling. Maybe this is the right spelling. Who knows? Okay, whatever. The Nord took a break, wiser knee, and positioned his hands behind his back because he recognized that he was playing with him nervously. What? Playing with what? His hands? I mean... Okay. You probably want to, Hurlalmar got so much coincidental into that tangle that he broke off and only looked at Sasia. She still smiled and the wind played with her hair. Only the herd of awkward guars on a pasture behind them disturbed this actually perfect atmosphere with its ominous lutes. What? You surely claim to accompany Hurlalmar. Am I right? Hurlalmar brought up only a more or less purposefully nodding. Fine, she said. What? Only a more or less purposefully nodding? What? I'm confused. You could have just said Hurlalmar nodded. And you don't need to be this descriptive with it. Brought up only a more or less purposefully nodding. Like, you could have just said Hurlalmar nodded. Or nodded purposefully. I don't know. Fine, she said. Then come on. We will not arrive before tomorrow morning, so we must find a place for the night. the way she emphasized place for the night. Exited Halomar? To be continued in the next part. Okay. This is correct. Correct this. Oh my word. That is actually kind of hilarious. Completeness, I mean... What's the actual spelling of it? I'm curious. Hang on. Let's wait till it actually... Morrowind... Caldera, maybe. Is that actually the spelling? Yeah, okay. So, according to the unofficial Elder Scrolls pages, okay, so actually I should probably let OBS be okay. So, according to the unofficial Elder Scrolls pages, okay, this spelling, hang on, this spelling is correct. This spelling, however, is incorrect. According to this. Unless there's two different towns. And they're talking. And they sound similar. And this guy is just a nitwit kind of thing. Alright. That's really funny though. Alright. So, alright, part 2. Halomar stacked up wood for a campfire and ignited it. Xilestar fetched now water from a near pond to prepare something to eat. When she came back, Halomar took his axe Cloud Cleaver gently into his hand and approached her. May I introduce my axe to you, Xilestar? It is called Cloud Cleaver. This is like the emphasis of... what's the stereotype? Oh my word, what's the stereotype? Is it Nords in general or something like that? There's a quest in Oblivion, it's the whodunit one, that I think it's an Imperial or Red Guard just literally just rips into a Nord saying like, of course you only think about like something else. I don't know. Anyway. However, Xilestar did not seem to take him into account at all, but looked all the time on her shoes. It would be less nerve-wracking here, really, if there were not all the heaps of guar dung. All 3 foot, another one. What? She complained loudly. When did she start the sentence? It's guessing it's supposed to be here? Oh, by the way, I don't think you need to end the sentence for you to be able to start this. I don't think so.